Welcome to Landria Anka on YouTube. I am here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. Who am I to tell you this? Somebody who has broken through fears and lived an awesome life and continues to. See, that just doesn't stop. We don't just say, okay, I want this and here's how I want to live, and then you get there and then, happily ever after. That's only in the movies. It is an ongoing journey. Those goals will change, those feelings will change, the challenges will change, and that is what we're here for. Can you embrace that? Can you embrace the entire meaning of living on this planet, of being human? I think we don't. We battle it. So I want to talk about that in this video. So as you can see, Baby Coo's back here, my stray cat who hangs out with me during the daytime and guards the house at night. Baby Coo is short for Cujo because he attacks people who try to come into my house. He thinks he's doing a nice thing, right? Isn't that sort of how life is? Think about that. If you're in a certain frame of mind, you believe that what you're doing is right, and that this is the way things should be done. And we get into that mold and we get into that belief system and we get so entrenched in it, and we think everything and everybody out there that does it any other way is wrong. We've got to throw all of that out the window. We have to throw all of that out the window. Life is not about how things should be, what you need to get, shooting for one goal, and then that's how it works. And that's what we've been programmed, and that is you go to school, you get an education, or you learn a trade, you get a good job, and then you stay there. Hopefully, God forbid, people move around from job to job. You get criticized for doing that, right? And then you're supposed to keep making more and more money and working more and more and more till you retire. You have kids, and then you struggle through that, and hopefully you don't get a divorce, and then you retire. And that's supposed to be your golden years. Isn't that funny how they call that your golden years? That's ridiculous. We are in this absolute bubble that we have created, and we've got to pop it and expand our minds and get out of how things are, and what we're doing is right. Like Coo over here. I've actually trained him to be nice to people. And he's learned that people aren't attacking me. It's okay if my friends come in the house. He's not going to scratch them up anymore. You can change your ways. Once you realize, wow, there's another way. There's something better out there. I don't always have to be on the defensive. I don't always have to do what I've been told. It is okay. Can you break out of your mold? Can you embrace life as an experience? Which means there's going to be multiple things going on. And that's why I've been so blessed and so happy in my life. It has come with challenges. I have fears. I have all the other stuff. You always will as a human being, even if you go into an awakened state. All those things exist. It's part of your experience. It just stops controlling you. You allow things to happen according to what you truly want, instead of having those things control you so that you're not getting what you want. The fear, when it wakes you up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you have an anxiety attack, all the things that go along with that. Those things are controlling you, instead of you being a human and realizing there will be sadness, there will be challenges, fears, all these other things that should work in your favor. Fear can motivate you. Fear can keep you from being harmed, right? But when you hang on to it and you don't let it go for whatever purpose it serves, then it becomes a habit. Then it becomes ingrained in who you are, and then it becomes very difficult to break that habit, but it can be done. So let's start with embracing this whole experience, because what we do is every time something happens that we don't like, We go into fear mode. I don't like this. I should have this other life out here, because we don't embrace those experiences along the way. We battle them all the time, and then we're so unhappy and miserable. Well, that's going to be most of the time, because life is challenging, and if you view it as something you don't want and it's negative, then you're going to be in that mode most of the time, because you're going to view that as something negative. If you view your life as a journey and experience, then you stop going into that negative mode, because when something happens, you go, okay, it's a blip on the radar screen instead of a blackout. I hope this makes sense. All right, so let's say, everything, I'm having a bad day. Okay, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, must have been some kind of energy. There was some weird thing going on. On the way home, there was a line of traffic. There's never a line of traffic. Way home from my CrossFit class. So I get in the other lane and I find out there's a car stalled. And so he's backing up traffic. I go and I get around him easily. And then I take a turn, and every step of the way, on my way to the grocery store, somebody was either pulling out in front of me that shouldn't have, like going through a stop sign or something like that, or there was some kind of an issue. It was like, it was happening like every few seconds. Somebody would pull out, or somebody was blocking the way. There was a lot of blocking the way. Then I get into the grocery store, and honest to God, I couldn't go 10 feet without somebody blocking the aisle or going in front of me, or me having to push their cart away. And it wasn't that crowded in there. Or if I turned the corner, somebody would coming down the wrong way. And, oops. And we were all nice. We're like laughing about this. I said, it's like a traffic jam today. But it was happening the whole time. The whole time I was there. So what is that? Now, a lot of people could get irritated. Most people will get irritated, and it just, and you're trying to get someplace, and then you get in the grocery store and all that, and then I'm having a bad day, and then it starts, right? We don't embrace it like, okay, there's a cart in my way. There's a stalled car. There's another 10 carts in my way. You don't go into life with the attitude that everything's a problem if you want to experience it in a positive manner. I was just in my head going, this is really interesting. I wonder what this is. There's some kind of energy happening right now that's creating all of these blocks. And I just viewed it. I observed it. And that's something simple. So you can say, well, Landria, what about, I don't get paid, or I get fired, or whatever. It's the same attitude. It's an event in your life. It's neither good nor bad. If you view it and you just look at it and say, okay, I'm not happy about this, but what could this mean for me? This could be a huge opening for me. This could be a huge opening for me for a lot of things. Sometimes you get openings to forgive somebody. When somebody does something, it's an opening for you to progress and your soul and forgive somebody. Those are opportunities. Instead of saying somebody's harmed me, is it an opportunity for you to forgive? Can you take every single thing that's going on in your life right now and flip it around and say, wait a minute, I'm battling all these things. This is all part of my journey that's going to get me to someplace really cool, and then another place that's really cool. You see, I've told my story. If you listen to my videos, every once in a while now I tell my background. My whole life's been that way. I never stop at one thing. It always takes me to something bigger, better, and cooler, and sometimes mistakes, and sometimes, a struggle, and I've been through it all. I've been divorced. I've, lost jobs. They always take me to something better. It's where I'm supposed to go next. It's an opening. It's always an opening. If you are broke right now, I'm going to do a video after this about your focus. If you are broke right now and you are absolutely in agony, you are not getting it, you have an opportunity to change that, and you're not doing it because you think you shouldn't be there. So you keep fighting it, and therefore you stay there. If you say, this is part of my journey, what am I supposed to learn, and how do I change this? Because I don't want to stay in this situation. But if you don't learn or embrace it, it will constantly be something that is a part of your energy that you have not released. Because you don't embrace life as one big journey, and it doesn't stop there. It didn't stop before you came here. It won't stop when you die, because you don't die. So get that fear out of your head too. All these fears. This whole channel is about breaking through fears. Understand it's going to be there. Don't fight it. Choose happiness. There's fear. And we're always battling everything. You have a belief. I want to change the belief. Don't change the belief. It served you. Okay. I don't like that belief anymore. It's not who I am. I'm going to choose a new belief. Broke. All right. It's part of my journey here. Let's take a look at my journey. Boy, I've sort of held myself back. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to be the prosperous person. How does that prosperous person act? I'm going to make a few phone calls. I'm going to get myself all gussied up, and I'm going to go knock on a few doors and get that job I wanted. And I'm going to tell them I can do it. Do you know how many people I've talked into hiring me? And I had, this much qualifications. I've actually had people's major jobs say to me, I don't know why I'm hiring you. I've got people way more qualified than you, and they hired me anyways, and I did a kick-butt job too. So be prepared to perform. Go after those things that you want, and go ahead and say it's okay that I was in that place. It's okay that I struggled. It's okay that I had a bad day. It's okay that I was sad. But I'm done with it. That's part of my journey. Now I need to choose something else and progress. We hang on to things. This shouldn't be this way, and they did this to me, and that. If somebody did something to you, then you didn't get your lesson. Nobody does anything to you. You choose how you feel. You can choose how you feel. Somebody could do the worst thing to you, and you could actually laugh. I have done this before. I've just laughed. Because they're in this bizarre, dark place, and I'm laughing. And they're thinking that, that I'm in this bad space. I'm like, that didn't affect me at all. Because I choose not to, it blows past me. It just blows past me. Because I'm choosing my place. I'm choosing my feelings. I'm choosing my vibration as I'm going along. I know it's going to keep going. I know a new challenge will come. And by the way, if you want to progress, if you want to achieve things, if you want to make more money, if you want all these things, you will get challenged big time along the way. But I'll tell you what, they're much better challenges than the ones you're going to have because you're just leaving chaos out there, negative chaos to the universe, which it's going to spew back exactly what you keep focusing on. Embrace that journey of life. You are here such a short period of time. Can you go, do you know how cool it is to sit down and say, oh my God, I remember when I was I remember this. My roommate and I sat on the living room floor in our apartment counting change so that we could go buy, we decided we were going to buy French fries because we were so broke. And then we also bought the mac and cheese. You always got to have the mac and cheese, in the boxes. But we'd buy the best mac and cheese. It was 50 cents instead of 25. I remember those days, and I don't look at them as negative. I was like, wow. They were, in a way, sort of cool. And I look back sometimes, even during my dad's death and some of the things that I had to go through, I was really pushed to the limits on that one. Because I had to handle a lot of stuff that I won't go into. And I was the person in charge. There was nobody else. My brother was not capable at the time to help me in some of these things. And I had to be very strong, and I did it. And I was almost like walking around like a zombie. I was so out of it, having to handle so many things at one time. And I look back at that almost like in an exhilarating kind of way. Not that I lost my father, but the events that happened after that challenged me. And there was something really awesome that came from that. And I actually have good memories of what was a very, very challenging. So can you look back at things and go, wow, yeah, even if you got divorced or if you lost somebody or all these things, you know, like even when my little doggy died, the love of my life, my little Jack Russell, I held him while he died, while he took his last breath. I look at that and I think, God, I remember that. And at the same time, it was so beautiful because it's part of what we're experiencing here. Because I know he's off running around in, like, you know, Jack Russell heaven. Oh, God. I don't think I'd want to live in Jack Russell heaven. They're crazy, crazy hyper animals. But are you looking at your life as an awesome experience? Are you battling it every step of the way? Are you sick? Are you ill? You've brought that on, you know. You either took it on to challenge yourself, or you have internalized so much of this life experience that you're not seeing the beauty in it. And when you release that, you will start to heal. This is science. This is science. Unless you have chosen a path and you've decided you're going to exit, or you need to hang on to it for some reason, you can let go of illness. You can turn anything around. Again, there are bigger pictures that we don't understand. Maybe you made an agreement before you came here. Maybe you decided to do certain things to help other people experience compassion. We don't know. We don't know. We don't have to know. But I'm going to tell you right now, when you look at this life and you go, wow, this is like a freaking awesome journey. What a ride. Woo-wee! Strap on the seatbelt, honey. And it's going to be exhilarating and fun. And when you get through the stuff that's really difficult, you go, I can pull through this. I'm going to pull through this. And I'm pulling in all my angels. And I want you to show me the way. Show me what I'm supposed to learn. I'm going to look for those opportunities. And what am I going to do with it? Broke people have become millionaires. More broke people have become millionaires than people coming from wealthy families, right? Those people have no idea what it's like to come from nothing. There's nothing like being motivated from being broke. And you can do it too. You have to pick that thing that's going to motivate you, and instead of hanging on to this, choose something else. Instead of fighting this, release it. It's always going to be there. That's an energy, but it's going to just be a part of your past that you're going to look on fondly. I know it doesn't seem like that. Some people say cancer's the best thing that ever happened to them. Why? It took them to a completely different spiritual place. They really understood what life was about. And all of a sudden, it had meaning. Your life has meaning. None of these things that are going on in your life that you don't like are meaningless. They're not bad things happening to you. They're things that you're creating. And you need to get your lesson and turn this around if you don't like it. It's all choice. You don't have to hang on to anything. Are you going to release it? Are you going to embrace your life? Wow! When you're on the other side and you're around the campfire with your angel friends, you're going to go, I got a story for you. Woo-wee! The stuff that I did. Are you going to say, yeah, well, I was crying and life is woe is me and I'm broke. Save me. Oh my God. If one more person comes to me, they want me to save them. I'm like, I can't save you. You hold the power. It's called free will. I cannot interfere with that. Your angels can't interfere with that. You have to do it. I'm sorry. We can all help you, but you have to do it. Are you going to do it? Do you want a life that's 9 to 5, coming home, feeding the kids, cracking a beer and watching your shows? I'm not going to say anything nasty about them. What are you going to do? that should not be your life story. You know, I have this internet training. You'll see it at the end of this video. I offer people like videos. They can check this out. Change. All you have to do is get trained on something. It doesn't even cost that much. It's a big deal. People have to learn something. I don't get it. Oh, we just limit ourselves. I hear this and I'm like, go sit at your job. And in about 20 years, when you realize you can't retire, or if you do, you look back and think, what was I so afraid of? I should have gone and done this, or learned that, or tried this, or got out of that job I hated, or got out of that relationship that I don't love. Because society says I'm supposed to. Pop that bubble. Maybe you're just not supposed to be together. That's okay. That doesn't make that person bad, or you bless them. Go on and both find other things. Don't fight anything. It doesn't have to be bad. What's your journey going to be? This is awesome. Awesome. Don't miss this beautiful journey. My gosh, I've spent my entire life from when I was a child. I have always gone and done and gone after things. Even when I was frightened, I would still go after it. And that's what this channel is about. I was so good at breaking past fears. I still get them, and I still do the thing that I'm afraid of. I still do it. And that's the difference. Everybody else wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then they say, that's my sign, I'm not going to do it. So I have a video, how do you know when it's fear or your intuition? Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes it's tough to figure that out. All right, Koo says nothing. Koo says it's time to sign off and do the next video, and that is, where's your focus? Did you say your mantra today? No, first of all, did you send light and love out to the universe? Did you send peace and light and love to the universe? If you didn't, I want you to do it right now, or after you watch this video. I want you to send light from your heart out to this universe. It changes things. Fact, quantum physics, scientists will tell you that. Their observation changes the results of experiments. Your energy changes the quantum energy, the consciousness that we all share, and it will raise it, which means yours gets affected too, because we're all one energy. And what's your mantra? I am whole, I am perfect, I am strong, I am powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Thank you for the miracles you're sending me, the strength you're giving me to make wise choices. Thank you for allowing me to learn the lessons I need to, so that I can release these things that no longer serve me and accept the abundance and the joy and just the wonderful experiences that await me. Thank you for these, and thank you for everything that I have today, and thank you. Thank you. I'm sending you light and love, prosperity, health, wealth, and joy. Namaste.